Yo, 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 what's up everybody? How you doing? Yesterday was a crazy day. Wish we could have streamed. We have every Sunday our one-on-ones and dude, we blasted through, I don't know, 10? Met with 10 of our patrons yesterday. It was a long day. Ooh, that's loud. Alright, get these tunes on. Let's get into the TA. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Fighting that FOMO. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Okay, so we're going to actually start with Ethereum today. This is not our typical. Usually we start with the Bitcoin breakdown today. Starting with Ethereum. Ethereum in tunes. So we're going to do a very special warm-up here, but we're going to do a warm-up on Ethereum. We haven't done this before. But you know what? Let's expand our horizons. Let's apply the same analysis that we would to Bitcoin. Let's apply it to Ethereum, see where we're at. We can see 1105 was our previous resistance. That was our target. Seems like forever ago now. It was really only a few weeks. Monthly currently trading above, having just put in a new all-time high in Ethereum at $1,477. Bulls flexing here. No chill. Let's really quickly kind of identify some levels below us of interest. These are unlikely to be really super important levels here going forward, but we want a complete chart. If we skip the fundamentals, we miss out. So monthly, not a lot to be said. Similar to Bitcoin, we have positive momentum building, RSI reaching up. However, there's a slight difference here. Actually, that may not be true. I think this is the same state that Bitcoin's in. So Ethereum is looking for a higher RSI high. Easy peasy. Plenty of room to go in the monthly. Plenty of time. And the reason that we want a higher RSI high there is to avoid bearish divergence. Technically, right now, we would have it if we saw some kind of reversal, but that is reading into information we don't have yet, and information that, to be honest, not as likely. And we have positive momentum building still. It would just serve to confirm our biases that we already have, so we're not going to do that here, as we usually don't. Weekly. Let's look at the weekly. If our weekly resistance was also broken, that's chilling just underneath current price. Actually, it looks as if currently that price is being tested on this new weekly candle. Just closed last night, and so current candle, can't count it. 6 days, 4 hours to go. Don't count candles closed early. That is not a good practice. But we do have a suggestion of support here. That's 13,000 or 1,300, man, look at me. 1,365, and the weekly currently trading above it after trading below it. Nothing too terrible looking there. Below us, we have 1,255 as support if we see a breakdown from this level. However, so far, we're not seeing it. Weekly momentum has been only building since November 9th. Last week, no exception, and this week in its current state, just above support, still would be a close signaling momentum building. RSI. Pretty good. There's still room to the upside. Still has not peaked or surpassed 2017's RSI high. That would be the difference I was looking for on the monthly with Bitcoin to Ethereum. However, it did pass January 18th. So we have a higher high in price, higher high in RSI. That's excellent. This allows more room to the upside. Really same story here. Ethereum looking for an even stronger impulse up to invalidate those potential divergences. Moving averages are just going to be way too lagged. Not going to be able to be very useful here on the weekly, but as we zoom in, they will become a little bit more telling. I also want to throw Ichi on here because I haven't. Nice. Nice. We saw the 11th of January and the 4th of January backtest the weekly TK before moving higher. That's going to be a value that we're going to follow up as long as price remains above the TK, this green line here, currently at 1,000. we're going to say that Ichi on the weekly is suggesting the trend is still intact. So far, so good. Price is plenty far away. Not really a threat at the moment. Now we're getting a little closer in. We're on the daily, and we can see similar price action to the weekly. The daily TK being a big player. 2 days ago on the 23rd, acting as support. And also, here's that indicator agreement that we love to see on when we look at charts. We love to see in our analysis. We have at the same point the 20 daily moving average and the TK. Yes, these are a little spread, I know. However, that area value did act as support and did lead to a new all-time high. So we're going to be watching both of those. The daily 20 moving average, that's also the middle Bollinger Band, and the daily TK. These are absolutely players here in the short midterm. 50, 100, 200 obviously going to be too far away to be of much use to us. Here's where it gets interesting on Ethereum. I was looking at this earlier. Here's where it gets interesting. On the daily, we saw some bullish divergence on RSI. We saw a lower low on our RSI and a higher low in price. That was a pretty good giveaway once the 20 moving average was broken, that we were going to be looking to test the high, if not put in a new high, and we did. We see that selling momentum is waning off, yesterday closing with waning momentum, and today signaling that as well, looking for Ethereum to roll over to the buying side again and manage a stronger impulse than this small flip to the buying momentum side that got hammered out. It's, I guess, maybe extra bullish. I'm not sure how to even interpret it, that momentum was really unable to get there significantly, yet we continued to move up. Let me keep an eye on that. We'll see. RSI reflected the same thing here with that bullish divergence of lower lows with higher lows in price. And unfortunately at this moment, this is in the same situation as the weekly and the monthly. This is the highest point in price. This was the previous highest point in price, and this was the previous highest point in price. And so we see these RSI highs coming down. That is not ideal. That is not a good situation to be in. And that is really suggesting it needs to see the same thing that the weekly and monthly do. It needs, this is how I imagine it would play out. Maybe we see some lower lows again, and then we see a breakout to a higher RSI high on the daily to eliminate that bearish divergence. Honestly, betting on bearish divergence playing out right now is a really poor bet across the market, as coins are just blasting off. Doesn't make sense. We can see this kind of similar pattern, something like this here. Something like this here. We did get a double bottom there though. So we can see even locally we have examples that are similar. That is what Ethereum's going to have to do to avoid some short-term, mid-term, I don't even want to call it bearishness, but to maybe slow down on its momentum. Now that we're on the daily, we can also start looking at some trend lines here. This is the easiest TA anyone has ever had to do. The trend lines here are very visible. They're very clear cut. We can connect our wick lows. There we go. We have a ascending low trend from the 11th to the 22nd. Exactly 11 days in between. That's spicy. And then we can connect to the 10th to the 19th, and we have a ascending high trend. So this is probably not the most bullish pattern in the world here, as we have an ascending triangle or ascending wedge setup. However, we have seen this in Bitcoin's rally over the last few months. We've seen it on other coins and in this market where we have these ugly patterns painting and we break up anyway. I'm keeping an eye out for that, because typically the ascending wedge pattern, we would assume to have a series of higher highs and higher lows, and then just to break to the downside. So this is a pattern that's definitely going to cause a little discomfort here in the rallies, and that's what we've seen, and that's honestly what we expect here in a bull run. The charts are going to paint anything they can to make us doubt that we're going where we think we're going. Just the name of the game. let's see, do we even have a retracement target? Not really. Ethereum pushing up that higher high, but not making much progress past it. Not a terrible sign, but it just, I guess, didn't meet expectations. And we're going to look at this just as soon as I get off the daily here. Maybe look at the 12-hour or something. We're going to look at where Ethereum really did put in work yesterday, hitting our targets. It's actually not on the dollar pair. The surprise, or the answer may surprise you. Look at me clickbaiting. 12-hour really reflective of the daily as well. However, the 12-hour does not have the MACD bullish divergence that the daily does. It does have the exact same setup as the on the RSI with bullish divergence, but not MACD. And to me, that would signal perhaps the short term is not straight up from here. We'll find out. Anything interesting on Ichi? Not really. Anything interesting in our moving averages? Probably not. Nope. It's hard to get clear signals from moving averages and even Ichimoku Cloud when you get big moves, because they tend to just get left in the dust. Here on the 4-hour, it's a little more interesting. We can see that 1365 really being tested as support on the 4-hour. Don't have the divergence. And actually, we see these peaks, these momentum peaks on histogram coming down. Not ideal. You know, this is actually what I was kind of expecting. Looking at the daily or 12-hour is not the intense energy that maybe we want here. Crypto loves to make everybody wait. It does not really reward instant gratification. And so in that sense, we kind of expect it. 4-hour has the same setup of falling highs on RSI and the lows coming up. So very reflective. Nothing really interesting there. So where did Ethereum put in work? Where did Ethereum put in work? In its Bitcoin. We're going to go look at Bitcoin dominance when we're done getting through this stuff. I don't know. I got no ETA. But we're going to look at that here, and that'll help explain what's going on, why we're seeing this. Let me double check. I got through some of it. I want to make sure everything's good with the stream. How's everybody doing? Looks like we're probably bad as Shand. As always. I mean, this is like every day now. No, we're not. Or are, I don't know, we're not showing up on Bitcoin Live, but we're showing up on showing up when I search my name, so that's cool. All right. Awesome. We got like 300 people here. We're just starting out, guys. Welcome. We're going over what's going on in the markets here. If you're just joining us, please remember to likes 300 watching. Gotta get those numbers up. The more likes we get, the more engagement the stream gets. That includes subscribing, so please subscribe as well. The more YouTube will show our video to new crypto people searching for crypto content. So help spread the word. Sharing the video on different platforms also counts as engagement. So appreciate all you guys and everything you've done, but please remember to smash that like button. Also, Discord link is in the chat, pinned to the top. Make sure you're in there as well. We're gonna keep trucking here with the TA. So Ethereum, you guys may you may not be super familiar with Bitcoin pairs. We talk about them here all the time. And to me, as an experienced crypto person, I'm just gonna call myself a crypto person, it's always a red flag to me when I don't hear crypto TAs talking about Bitcoin pairs. It's a huge red flag for me. To me, it means they might not really understand as much as they're suggesting or as much as they're letting on, because these are the important pairs. I can understand not watching them in 2018, 2019, and into like Q3, Q4, 2020. These, while you can trade these in a bear market, the dollar pairs are almost certainly the dominant king pairs. However, that is during a bear market. When the market is trending down, dollar is always going to be powerful because your dollar is gaining purchasing power virtually week over week, and the Bitcoin pairs aren't necessarily doing that. Now the trend is up. We've broken the all-time high in Bitcoin, we've broken the all-time high in Ethereum, the number 2 market cap coin. This market is now bullish. The trend is up. So it's time to ditch the dollar pairs. The dollar pairs are going to be traps. They're going to end up keeping you out during the pumps They're going to keep you chasing, and what they're really going to do is create a sense of urgency. You're going to be making impulsive, less planned moves. The luxury of Bitcoin pairs, you don't have that. The worst case scenario is you're stuck in Bitcoin. That's not a bad situation to be in when the market is trending up. I guess real quick, another bonus of these is they act very similar, or they accomplish the same goal as leverage without liquidation, without paying maintenance fees. And they really allow you to just wait and pick your trade. If you don't like the price, you wait. You see Ethereum and Bitcoin pair is off of its bottom from back in 2019, up 177%, but still, this isn't all the chart history, still nowhere near its high, not even half the way back to its high. And so that does suggest there's a good amount of room to run. But they accomplish what a leverage attempts to by allowing you to trade up for more Bitcoin. So say you buy Ethereum at 0.1, the cost is 0.1 Bitcoin, so that is actually way lower than what we even see here. Just as an example for easy math, you bought one Ethereum right here for 0.1 Bitcoin. If you were to sell it here at 0.4, you would have started with 1 Bitcoin, with 0.1 Bitcoin, you bought 1 Ethereum, and now you're going to sell that Ethereum. We sold it up here, you're going to get 0.044 Bitcoin back, and that is a huge gain of Bitcoin. You pocket the difference. And that is really what leverage attempts to do. You're attempting to gain, stack your Bitcoin, grow your portfolio. Highly recommend people look into this. And I think as time goes on through this run, we're going to see more and more and more people looking at these. This is how all of the market used to be traded. At one point, there was only Bitcoin that was available to be purchased in USD. And this is speaking generally, but you could not buy alts with USD pairs. You had to buy Bitcoin, then trade them into these alts. That is no longer the case, and it's logical why people have maybe, it's not that they've forgotten about these, it's that the new investors in this space aren't aware of this. So this is how the majority of trading used to happen. This is also how virtually all the OGs in crypto think. They're still thinking about these pairs, this is what they know, and this is what's made them successful. So there's my rant on Bitcoin pairs. Didn't even mean to do it. So Ethereum actually yesterday, though it did have a new all-time high in USD, the real work was being put in on the Bitcoin pair. If you're a patron, you would have saw our setup here in early December with buys targeting 0.2626, 0.246, and 0.231. We were looking to scale our buys in, and we were waiting for this move, to be honest. We've pushed up to our resistance. A lot of people didn't catch this resistance. I can see why. 0.4478. A lot of people missed this one. This was a little harder to spot. This took, I would say, maybe an experienced eye in crypto charts and really just a comprehensive grasp over the entire market. This resistance comes from 2017, November and December. We see that Ethereum Bitcoin pair found support there before rallying to a higher high in February 2018. So a lot of people missed this one. But now we are seeing, and we said this yesterday in Discord, now we are seeing that resistance play out. We have 6 days and 4 hours until this monthly closes. There's a monthly resistance. When it popped over this yesterday, I told everybody in Discord, would not surprise me to see this close below that resistance. And it's looking as if that may be the case. This is still a great close though, guys. Don't get that wrong. This would still be a great close. Stopping at a monthly resistance, not a big deal. That's maybe just a stepping stone on the way up. We'll see. But this is why it was one of our take profit targets here. As you can see the accuracy of this. And again, this was placed forever ago. Even before this trade, this resistance was here. You can see the accuracy of this monthly resistance actually went up to 0.45 exactly. I guess that's just psychological-ish. Off by 0.1% maybe? I don't know. Slightly overshot before retracing. But let's see. Let's check out our technicals here on this pair for the daily. With the amount of running it's been doing into this year, we're far away from our moving averages. Not going to be so helpful. We'll check our fib tool. We do see that the 618 retrace, this might be hard to see. So this copy, cool. Get rid of some of this because this is not the chart that I have to worry about messing up. There we go. We can see that the 618 retrace has not been hit yet. Actually, neither has the 05. The 05 is, I didn't look at this, I'm just finding this out now, is actually the exact level where in the Patreon post last night we looked, suggested could be a re-entry. However, unless you sold all of your bags, I probably wouldn't look to re-enter this early. If you're practicing good position management and only took maybe 1% to 10%, 25%, I would probably hold off. If I had sold everything at this resistance, then I would begin scaling back in here. And that's at 0.4. So that would be just over a 10% retrace, 11% back to 0.4. It's also psychological because it's just a round number. In addition, we see the 618. So this is the target we always look for when looking for retracements. In every single move on this channel, it's probably boring. I've said it so many times. Between the 0.5 and 618. And what we see on the 618 here is that it lines up really, really well, actually, with what was previous resistance. And potentially, this retracement could look to test it as support. So we have two values here. This is, in my opinion, very likely to hold, or at least to put up a fight into selling this 0388. That looks very prime. Very prime. 20 on the 4 hour, okay. I'm gonna move back to the daily here and get rid of this retracement because we don't need it now. We have those levels marked. Yeah, this is looking healthy. As long as 0388 holds, this is very much trend intact. Let's see if there's any kind of trend line. Here we go. Looking good. Very good. Something that we need to be doing now, as this market is clearly flipping out of the 2020 trend into the late 2020, 2021 trend, inverting the chart, man. This is going to be very useful for a lot of people here who are still stuck in that bearish bias. Looking at this chart, it honestly, even to me, it looks very different than the inverted or non-inverted chart. This is very much looking like a head and shoulders, isn't it? We can see the neckline just being breached here with this move up. If we were to follow a classic head and shoulders pattern, we would see something like this, and I need to get rid of if we were to see a classic head and shoulders pattern, what we'd see here is the neckline was broken with this move. And now we would look to back test that neckline at 0.4 exactly before falling lower. That would be a classic head and shoulders pattern. Beautiful. And because this is inverted, that's actually an inverse head and shoulders. I just find people have trouble identifying them in that way. So it would be bullish. Oh yeah, here's the trades that were posted. And I thought this wasn't on this chart. Apparently it is. Those trades playing out beautifully, and the final take profit not yet hit here. We were looking for much higher. I think it just kind of arbitrarily placed it at 0.1 for our final position. All our other longs technically would be closed at this level, but that was an amazing play here. From the lowest point we entered to this resistance was almost 100% gain in Bitcoin. So not dollars, Bitcoin. That usually translates out to a much larger percent gain in the USD pair. But in a bullish market, we don't want to focus on dollars.
Now this head and shoulders M100 on board with Tom.
Yo, Mr. Steve. Thank you for the 5, my friend. Yeah, Steve, shout out to Ultra Chaos Steve. We had our one-on-one today. We were chatting. We had a good chat. Shout out to you, my friend. Where was I? Let's look at the technicals in this chart. That's what I was doing. So we have, unlike the dollar pair here, unlike the dollar pair, this is why this chart's more important right now. The highest point in price is the highest point in RSI. Remember, just a few minutes ago, we looked at the dollar pair, and the highest point in price on the dollar pair was not the highest point in RSI, and we were talking about bearish divergence potential. We don't have that here. The highest point in price on Ethereum Bitcoin pair is the highest touch. That's good. There's no have that threat. MACD doesn't have any issues either. Doesn't really have any issues. Still not all the way up here, January 18th in momentum, but we also had this issue on Bitcoin on the way up, and we watched this religiously, and it seemingly all broke at once. And I guess we should probably look at the monthly for that, probably. Yeah, let's do that. Solid. Solid momentum out of nowhere candle. Beautiful. That's what we like. Monthly RSI. Highest point in price. Since RSI started. Good. That's all normal. There we go. Weekly. Weekly does have that issue. We have a lower RSI high versus back here, yet we have a higher point in price, but we don't have momentum waning off yet. So as long as this momentum continues to grow, we're going to continue to see higher highs, and that RSI is going to be pulled up to fix that situation. And I do believe that is the likely scenario, though it may not be fast. We might see some flagging before we move up, or we could even possibly see a deeper retracement. However, unlikely in my opinion to trade back below even here. This pair looks like it's spent plenty of time baking, and it's ready to come out. Ready to come out of the oven. Unlikely, I think, to trade below 0.318. At least in this cycle, I think that this is going to do something like this. And that'll probably take it into 2022, so
Thanks,
it's looking
Tom,
solid.
Your quick dance regarding at BTC per yesterday on my 1-to-1. Thumbs up, full score, Euro note.
Oh, Marika. Thank you for the donation, Marika, and yeah, that's all you. That was all you, man. I just suggested, you know, maybe you could look to do something like this, and you're the one who did it, so that's all you, darling. You killed it. Marika slayed it. Taking profit at 0.44 and change yesterday on Ethereum. Sorry, I don't want to share your trades, but slaying. I love it. So many patrons have come to me recently and said kind of how well they're doing. And it really makes me happy. So proud of you. You did great. You know, I think that's kind of all there is on Ethereum here. I think we did a pretty good wrap up of it. I think we're gonna move on to the corn. See what the corn is doing. Yeah, see what the corn's doing. We start with zooming out again, and just always zoom out when you're worried or when you think something's changed. Monthly still green. It has come back up since the lows, you know, a week ago in the 11th, 22nd. Monthly still looking fine. No issues here. This top wick isn't ideal, but it's not something that we've never seen before. Momentum is still fine. Momentum's still growing. Highest point momentum here on MACD for the monthly. Things are looking just fine. Let's take a look at this close. Now this close is ugly. This is not the close that we'd want. However, we need to keep in mind that, let me pull this up. Bull things only go up. Numbers go up and down, okay? Does not mean that we'll never see red candles. And let's look. Even in 2016. Multiple examples on the way up of not just red candles, but sideways trading, cooling off, and you better believe that each step, each one of these, people were worried. Is the bull run over? Is the bull run over? Each one of these, people were worried. Is the bull run over? 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 Over and over and over again. What is unusual is that all these touches did come back to the average or 21 EMA, and we have not had a test of that yet. But these averages are moving up extremely quickly, thousands every week, like 10% roughly a week, and so they will catch up with price at some point. So maybe the market is waiting for those to get up high enough to test them. It's just speculation, but this is important to conceptualize. Is this 2 weeks of red? We look back to 2016. Here's 9 weeks of no new high. Actually, it was more than that. It was actually 27 weeks, but this also was before the all-time high was broken. So let's actually look at a different thing. Here's 6 weeks. This was post the all-time high being broken. 6 weeks, 3 which were red, and then 3 really kind of slow, low intensity candles. We have another example, 2017. This is 7 weeks, 2 weeks of red, 2 weeks of sideways, and then 1 extreme selling event down, met with a buying response. This is totally normal. We see it over and over and over. So far, there's really not a lot to worry about. The retrace we've seen is not a significant one. It isn't even as large as those ones we just looked at. It's just a 30%. Some of those were upwards of 50. All of them were close to. We did close the week with momentum waning, and this new candle looks terrible, but this is brand new. Not even 24 hours into a weekly candle. We can pretty much just discount into a weekly candle. We can pretty much just discount it, not even look at it. This can be our chart. So talking about that momentum waning, we can look here to the last time this happened. Right here. We had the same loss of momentum. And look how the market responded. That was actually when this rally gained its kind of rocket boosters. We had this loss of momentum on the weekly, and then we put in what percent in the next like few weeks there? 120% over the next 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So I'm not intimidated by a single weekly momentum candle loss. That's not intimidating me. I would not love to see this week close the same way. That would not be great. That would be the first setup for me to start watching for more downside. But we don't know that yet. But that still wouldn't even be super threatening. 2, what we really don't want to see, in my opinion, is we don't want to see like a total loss. We don't really want to see it flip over to selling anytime soon. As we see the previous bull run very much exactly that. Let's pull it up. We see just a series of momentum positive gains. We have 1, 2, 3 maybe little red selling momentum candles in the entire run. And then it's just a series of buying momentum increases. So we can see it technically flip to selling, preferably for not long, but we're still very far away from that. Now we zoom out, this is the highest, this is the 3rd highest buying momentum weekly candle that there is, only to be eclipsed by the previous 2. Zooming out really helps you get perspective. If you're not doing that, you gotta do it more often. Weekly, so the daily, here's the excitement, guys. This weekly closing really did seem to wrap the whole market together, brought it together. Things were a little sketchy last week, and with the open of this new candle, with the close of the last one, things are looking, in my opinion, like they're lining up. We see that we put in our first momentum loss daily candle yesterday. Excellent. The current one we're on right now, we have 3 hours to go, so we still can't count this one yet. This could move into the close, but as it is right now, so if it closes at 32,882, we see that that is the second consecutive loss of selling momentum loss of selling momentum candles on the daily. We did have a fake out back here, but a second candle to me would be very encouraging. Very encouraging for this market to be looking to flip back to buying on the daily. So that's excellent, but this alone is not enough. This is not an actionable thing. This is just something that's letting us know where to watch. And what drives this home for me more so than the MACD is actually the RSI. The RSI here looking great. And let's mark this up in our standard way. So what we see is lower lows, right? The 11th versus the 22nd, lower low in price. I'm taking this from the wrong point. There we go. There's actually no divergence here between these 2 points. No divergence, so make it white. Because we have a lower low in price and a lower low on RSI, so that's not divergence, that's just nothing. But we do have bullish divergence from farther back. We have it from the 4th of January. This was a lower low in price. Now we have a higher low in price. And we see that RSI has gone down. So while we don't have it as locally as we might hope, we do have it still there provided that we don't trade below 27.6. As long as price is above there, it can go anywhere. And bullish divergence on the daily would remain intact. So that is good to see in combination with what we're seeing on the daily MACD. So that's excellent. Where? There we go. All right. So we have not actually tested. We have not actually tested the 50 daily, but this is putting more things into perspective as well. The 50 daily, 50 daily is pretty much textbook, traditional technical analysis. That above is a bullish trend and below is a bearish trend. We haven't even tested it yet. Would not surprise me to if we found support there. And we can see that it actually hasn't been tested at all, so this might be logical. Since it broke. Price broke above this on the 8th of October and then went into its mega rally. It never came back to it. So now it's catching up. This is not a huge deal. But I would look there. If I was looking at least for a short-term trade, I'd be watching that 50 daily moving average. I actually forgot something on the weekly. This I shared with the patrons, but now it's time to share with everyone because I think enough time has passed. While the 18th of January, this last week, that low was a lower low. It shook some hands. What we saw is Ichimoku cloud, and we talked about this on Ethereum. The TK line, the quick line, the shorter responding line, whatever, less lagging. Price did find support there. It was bought up off of the TK line. We saw this happen as well on the 4th of January before rallying to 42,000. This is a decent spot to bounce. We also tested it back here, October, on these takeoff kind of weekly candles. And so as long as we're above here, the trend is intact. The Kaiju line underneath this purple line is suggesting that even at 26,000, actually it's 25.8, 25.9, a test of here wouldn't even be a big deal. This would still be intact. So there's a lot of room here where not a lot happens. And so it would not surprise me to see market makers taking advantage of that, trying to scare new investors, weak hands, etc., out of their positions. Ooh, that's not too pretty. So this is new. Earlier today, we did see a nice little rally up to 34,450. Does anybody remember us talking about 34,450? How we were expecting a back test of it. It was support. Never was tested as resistance. Now we see it tested as resistance. Would be ideal not to see it play out there, but we were saying I don't see any reason it's going to put in a lower low until we retest, we revisit that support, because it really did live as support there for a long time, and that means that there's liquidity there. Market is going to look to backtest that liquidity. It's always seeking liquidity. Hopefully we don't get a rejection off of it. It's 2 hours 44 minutes to go, so could change. Not really confidence building is the 20 moving average on the 12 hours also right there, and the 50 just above it. Not the best setup. What we do see on the 12 hour lines up with what we were looking at on the daily here. We see that the 12 hours coming off a long spree. This selling momentum actually started right as we sold off from 42,000. And we're waiting for it to flip back over. And at this point, it has been waning momentum, selling momentum for 3-4 days. And if we compare it back to the lowest point of this, we've been selling 14 days, 12 days losing momentum. So this is going to be potentially very important when we see this 12-hour histogram flip back over. Very, very important. Could lead to a very strong buying response. We see that here. We see that here. See that here. And let's look at the chart. What happened here? Right below the all-time high at 20K previous. And then again, yeah, so this was last time we saw this really was at the 20K mark before passing it. And that gave us the power to pass it. Brief little dip here at the end of December. And so this is a huge player. I'm watching that histogram on the 12-hour like a hawk. And the fact that it is looking to roll over here lines up, that's what I was saying, with the daily, as the daily as well losing momentum. So that makes sense. That's what we would hope to see. That is agreement across time frames. That's excellent. That bullish divergence on the daily, right? This is actually a different one. This goes even farther back. We can see that we have a new RSI low versus the 12th of December. So we have even bullish divergence between these 2 points as well. There's a lot of technical reasons here that we should or could see upside. We just haven't seen it yet. Until we set a new high. Look at that 4-hour closed right at 34,450. Wild. Until we set a new high, and that doesn't mean we necessarily have to break 42,000, though obviously that would be great. We just need any kind of high, really. Any kind of high. I would take 42,000, obviously, but even 40,000. And at this point, we can really even take 37.8. Until we break one of these highs, we're really just bleeding off. We need to see price move up and set some kind of bullish trend back. And until then, we're just going to continue this kind of meandering or bleeding where we see these low kind of energy selling movements down. However, these aren't even that bad of a deal, because if you think about, or if you look at this a different way, you see that that meandering is likely to just paint what is a pattern we expect to break up. A descending wedge. Isn't the end of the world. The fact that Bitcoin didn't fall, the bottom didn't fall out of Bitcoin when it broke 30,100, very bullish sign to me. The fact that we didn't see a doom candle there. Really, this is just a stop hunt at this point. But we're not really going to expect any change until we see one of these highs come down, or one of these highs broken. we're just really going to be in a sideways or a slowly bleeding situation. Alright. 4 hour there's bullish divergence on everything. It's crazy, actually. So what we, this white arrow where we didn't have any divergence, sorry, on the daily, we actually have on those exact 2 points on the 4 hour bullish divergence. So there's just technical reason after technical reason. I think that's a good kind of thing to understand about TA is, well, we don't see it playing out, so what's it matter? We use TA, but we have to use more than just TA in that sense. Is these things are great, but we need to see some kind of high. We can't keep seeing lower highs and then say, but we have bullish divergence. It doesn't matter. So we need to see that. That is going to be really important. I have alerts set at all of those. Yes. Good. Something interesting. I wanted to point this out. I found this out yesterday when I was talking with, I think it was Neil. Maybe it was Neil. If not, sorry, I apologize. I got my days mixed up. We're looking at British pound to Bitcoin. I think this is really interesting here. So we're looking at the British pound. I hadn't looked at it in forever and noticed immediately, I was shocked that BTC GBP does not have a lower low. This is very interesting. This doesn't, certainly those two charts vary between each other often. They do. But to this degree, not as much. This is a different structure. We have a double bottom. Perfect. It's virtually a perfect double bottom on the daily, and that also extends out to the weekly because these were, I think, more than a week apart. Yeah, we have a double bottom on the weekly. Very interesting. Now, this pair doesn't have nearly as much volume, doesn't have nearly as much liquidity as the dollar pair. And so I actually opened this chart to try to point out how you'll occasionally get these really low wicks that aren't reflected on the USD pair, and I was surprised to find actually this found buyers sooner than the dollar pair. This by itself, not a huge deal. It's nothing to be super excited about because it's, you know, just a low traded, low volume pair. However, then I found, I was searching around and saw something else that drove this home for me more. This alone, not enough. Then we look at total. So this is not a low liquidity pair. If anything, this is the highest liquidity pair. It's all of the coin's volume added together. Or it should be. I don't know if that's how TradingView does it, but it should be. Either way, we see that while it doesn't have that same double bottom, what it does have is a higher low. So we have one pair reflecting double bottom.
Is Litecoin worth buying at all? Thank you for your content, heart.
Yo, Ania. Pawelak. Thank you for the 25 PLN. I don't know what that is, but I appreciate the support. Thank you. And what is Litecoin worth buying? I think so. I'm a Litecoin fan. It's low in Bitcoin pair. It's barely off of its 2020 low. That's up to you. I think what's more important than is this or that coin worth buying is to answer the question of how are you allocating. I think that's way more important than what you're buying. You can, in my opinion, you can buy anything, buy any coin, as long as you keep your exposure, your risk calculated there. Something that I might put 1% into, or 0.25% into, might be a good idea, but it might be or almost certainly is a terrible idea to go all in on it. I think, I know that doesn't really answer your question, because that's something you have to ask yourself. But I appreciate you, and we can look at Litecoin then. I just want to finish this kind of interestingness that I've found here. Thank you, Ania. So GBP, double bottom. Total has slightly higher low, though these are really close that we might be able to call this a double bottom as well. These are really close together. They're only maybe 1%, not even 1% apart, almost exactly. So we have GBP and total showing something different than dollar pair. That's odd. It's odd that these are both in agreement that the dollar pair is off. And then it gets even weirder. We look at the euro pair. Same thing. Same thing as total, higher low. So now it goes from dollar pair, is like, you always look to the dollar pair. Nothing is agreeing with the dollar pair. That is very strange. This is very strange to see. Typically low liquidity pairs like Euro and GBP, what we would expect is for them to actually see more volatile lower lows. And here they're finding buyers early versus the dollar. That is weird. That is weird. And to me suggests, and this has nothing behind it but a hunch, suggests something's up with the dollar pair. Whether that's manipulation or maybe baking in something to do with the dollar, I don't know. But this is odd. The euro pair, same thing as total. Different from GBP, but GBP, all of these things are disagreeing with what we see here. It is interesting. This is not something you see often. Dollar looks very different than its brothers. And total. Something tells me that there's some dollar trickery afoot. Kind of game theory, I would look at this as this could be market makers trying to shake people out of the dollar, out of Bitcoin, because they're aware that most of the trading goes on here, and so that they're painting a chart to look different. Now that is game theory. That's not analysis, and that's mostly hunch. So don't trade on that or anything. But it's interesting. I'm gonna keep watching these differences because they are wild. Two more things here I wanted to get through. So Bitcoin dominance. This is actually what we were looking at. What I said we were going to look at when we were talking about Ethereum. We saw the last week closed just above this weekly support below it. Did trade below. And now we have a green weekly dominance candle. We have bullish divergence on RSI. And we've been looking. We talk about this chart all the time. This is a very important chart if you're looking to trade Bitcoin pairs with alts. As moves to the downside, you tend to see alt Bitcoin pairs gain. Moves to the upside, you tend to see them lose. And literally, on this channel, in the last few months, we've been trading this, pointing out each significant time point. And now, maybe time to call it again. I need to see a little more weekly confirmation here. This, not even a day-old candle on the week, is not going to be enough to convince me. But by the close of this candle, we may see it. And so we would look in just a layman's explain like I'm 5. When we see this move down and start to reverse, that's when we would look to take profit from alts into Bitcoin. And when we see this move up and then start to reverse, that's when we would look to enter alts via Bitcoin pairs. And then again, moves back down, starts to reverse. This is where we would take profit. Moves up, starts to reverse. This is where we look to enter alts. And now again, we may be at that point where we've moved down and are looking to reverse again. We haven't confirmed it. But once we do, this makes sense. Look to take profit on the altcoin pairs. Ride this up, watch to see if we have a lower high or if we have a higher high. Maybe we test 75. And again, we would look to enter alts when that reverses. It's really that easy. This is the gist of my trading style. I say it's that easy, but of course it's not simple. But it is that technical, that mathematical, that you really can follow this, and it applies across the board virtually to alts. And it's not going to get you to catch the top or bottoms, but it's going to always get you in the right direction of the trade, which is the problem that people struggle with probably the most. Reasons for this reversing, I'm not going to go through all of them, but we see another test to the 200 daily, slightly higher. It looks like it's held, at least so far. We have 2 hours to close this candle. But that was our previous bounce point before. We also came back. This is this kind of whole area, this 65 to 63. These were all, it's like a zone that we were watching for support here. We have bullish divergence potentially for reversing. And actually, we didn't get a waning momentum candle. That's okay. But we're seeing the beginning signs of this. If you guys follow along here, of course, you'll get updated. Now, with all of this said, just last thing about dominance. If we look back to the previous bull run, history is all we have to look at. I don't know why anyone would say or discourage looking at chart history to try to get information about what could possibly happen. It's better than just making it up or not looking at the past. We see that during the bull run, 2017 or 2016 to 2017, we saw Bitcoin dominance drop. At the virtual end of the bull run, end of 2017, we saw Bitcoin dominance hit the lowest point it had ever been at, 35% of the total crypto market cap. And so, in this sense, we are going to look for maybe the similar movement. We're going to look to see Bitcoin dominance fall into the apex of this market high, cycle top. And so we would expect to see dominance at some point either come down to test this level at around 35 or possibly even put in a lower low at 28-ish. I don't know that. I'm not sure why I picked 28. That might have been made up. But we may see something like that. And if we look at this chart, this does look like a bear flag. We see tight trading, higher lows. But this would also maybe suggest to me that we would see one more higher high. Who knows? We don't have enough sample size really to be super confident, because there is always a possibility that we see a very strong rally in Bitcoin dominance and alts get slaughtered. Of course, it's on the table. That's another reason that the allocation of your portfolio is so important. I'm always railing on about 50 to 75% Bitcoin, 25% you really can do whatever you want with. I have a preferred way of doing it, but that way you're hedged in either direction. If Bitcoin dominance does have some kind of crazy event, goes up to 90%, you have 75% Bitcoin, that 25% that's lagging is not going to bother you. On the other hand, say we do see a repeat, we see a lower low in Bitcoin dominance chart. Yes, that 75% in Bitcoin, you're going to feel a little bad, but you have 1/4 of your portfolio in these lower cap alts. Those gains will far exceed, they will far replace having 25%. You're hedged either way. That is, in my opinion, that's a huge part of my trading, but is, in my opinion, super important to long-term success here. Dollar. This is the last thing I want to talk about, then I'll get to chat. The dollar. We looked at this the 18th, 19th. We saw the rejection from the 50. I said this looks like crap. We had some supports that we fell through. And our final hope here, we said, was the 20 daily. Now, it does seem that we found support currently on the 20 daily moving average. That means we can retest the 50. If we lose if the dollar loses the 50 again, that is, in my opinion, a death kiss. They'll be very bad for it, meaning it will look to retest its lows or possibly lower lows. If it can push up through the 50, close above the 50, next logical target we're going to be looking for 92-ish, 100 daily moving average. We can see that this is pretty common for the dollar on these little momentum legs down. Breaks the 50, rejects from the 200, drops. Rejects from the 50, pulls back, tests the 200, drops. We'll see. I'm not bullish at all on the dollar this year. Maybe next year. We'll see. Not this year. Doesn't make any sense. I don't see any reason. Yes, the dollar is typically the kind of safe haven in uncertain times. That is true. Yeah, my voice. The dollar has historically been the safe haven in uncertain times. However, those times weren't times of massive stimulus, trillions of insane, virtually unlimited printing of the dollar. There's no macro forces here for me that are suggesting we should see anything other than retracement of selling. So we may see a move to retrace some of that, or dead cat bounces. until the U.S. economy is back in order, functioning order, I don't think that that's likely. So that's my own opinion. You're welcome to disagree. That's how I see it. I do not think this chart is bullish in really any way. In fact, I almost want to say I doubt that it actually retests the 50, and I think it just ends up submitting right here into a head and shoulders. That's what I see. We'll find out. Okay, cool. So we got through everything. We looked at Ethereum. Testing the 4-hour 20. Cool beans. This really looks in channel. Pay attention to the Bitcoin pair, though. Pay attention to the Bitcoin pair. We're looking for 0.04. That's where we're at right now. A bounce from that level is awesome. Bitcoin pair. Bear flagging. Not really too much. After rejecting, it does seem from 34,450, which was our target, to backtest resistance or backtest support. Previous support as resistance. Does look like we're getting selling pressure from that. This is the only value I need right now. All right. And put just the few other important values on here. Then I'm going to jump into the chat, see what you guys are talking about, what you guys want to see. And we will get into that. This is a spicy chart, man. There's just like all kinds of support and resistances built. It's just a battle. Battle of the bears and bulls, man. Ooh, there we go. That's a little spicy hourly. Chisel. All right, there we go. That's plenty of chart for here. All right, retesting 32,000. See what happens. Let me jump into this chat. Wow, we were dropping frames for a lot of that crap. We've been dropping frames this whole time, and people have probably been disconnected this whole time. God. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Make sure everything's connected. Come on, Bobby. That's king. Oh no, we have 810 watching. Amazing. I thought maybe we've been disconnected this whole time and nobody, like we got, everybody got booted. 235 likes, guys. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. There's almost 900 people here, 200 likes. Smash it up. Every like helps us get in front of new viewers. YouTube recommends our content more. Really important. So please don't forget to do that. If you're just joining us or haven't yet, also please subscribe. We just hit 20,000 subscribers on our last stream. Huge milestone. We were at 15,000 in December. Now we're at 20. We're blowing up. Love to have every single one of you that's here. Love you guys. People have been following. You're part of this. Our stream is mooning. Our channel is mooning, guys. We're catching up to Bitcoin. Help us catch up to Bitcoin. That's our new subscription. It's our new subscriber push. We're only 12,000 away. We're going to get there soon enough. So, good thing we're not, we call it Bad Oshand here. Good thing we're not today, but we have been almost every other day in the last week. And so the only way to keep up with our daily live streams is to be in the Discord. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure you're in there as well. 24/7 live stream in there, live chat, educational resources. It's free, and it's really just the best way to keep up with all of the going-ons. So pop in there. You're not yet. And finally, I'm going to shill this. I haven't shilled it in weeks, but we have a lot of viewers, a lot of new people, and it's time to tell people. And we haven't talked about it. So the patron. We have 140 patrons. They've been having crazy success lately. I've been loving the stories, and would love to see more. Would love to have more fam here. So my advice is not to sign up today. Unfortunately, I know I'm selling myself out of new memberships, but I don't want anyone to get screwed. And basically, Patreon will charge at the first of the month. So if you're considering Patreon, sign up at the first. If you sign up today, it's going to charge you again on the first. You're not going to get a good value. But the Patreon comes with one-on-one mentoring with me, daily publishes of trade setups, technical analysis, macro market insights, all kinds of goodies. For instance, this trade setup, this Ethereum one, our Ethereum trade setup here is not showing up. There we go. This trade setup was in Patreon. We went long virtually at the bottom, it seems in hindsight, all the way up to our significant resistance. Little Hall of Famer, one of our other ones. Doge. Again, we are Bitcoin pair bottom snipers, or at least that's what we try to do. Dodge from 15 sats, our trade setup was to 37 for a 150% gain in Bitcoin pair, and still has never come back down, only ranging to 22 here. So even if you hadn't closed your position, still in profit on that Doge trade, and honestly unlikely to come back to 15. If it does, I'll probably go long there again. We'll see. But what it really is, it's not most trade setups are cool. There's some when we have good ones, but what it really is for people looking to invest in themselves. I like to help people wrap their head around how this all works, and I like to help them get the tools to do this themselves. And it's not that hard. It just takes a little time, and really what it takes is having someone break it down for you in a way you can understand, and I love doing that. So check it out. I hope a bunch of you guys join in February. It's a great time. So dope. Dope. Done with shilling. Let me check the chat now. Now for real, I'm reading the chat. Let's get some shout outs going. Let's see what people are talking about. Rico, what's up, man? Fatimo Shaik. You're here after you lost everything? Well, brother, you're found, and maybe you start your journey back to gaining everything. We'll see. Tyler Durden. Fight Club, bro. Appreciate you too.
Appreciate the lack of swearing, yelling, and attitude. Intelligence and skills 5 stars.
Was that a Yelp review? Amy Bridge. Amy Bridge. Thank you for the support, Amy Bridge. I appreciate you as well. Yeah, that's what we make here. We could be a lot bigger channel. We could have way more viewers, way more subscribers. If we took all the shortcuts that we see everyone else take. Sensational content, FOMO, FUD stuff, yelling, screaming, misleading thumbnails, clickbait. We'd have more viewers, but I genuinely love cryptocurrency. This is my passion in life, and I only want to do what I think is helping others. I don't want fame isn't part of this for me. For me, it is helping the thing I love succeed, and I can only do that really through myself and through helping others who have similar, at least similar interests or passions. I don't expect everyone to be like me. I'm going to help people avoid getting wrecked, as is very common here, and I've seen over the years. But thank you for the Yelp review. I like the 5 stars. Whoa, so much chat. Song Siren, what's up, brother? Amy loving it in Discord. We'll subscribe in February. All right. Well, I hope for it. We have actually a lot. I'm not gonna make any assumptions. We have a lot of female patrons, and they're killing it. Shout out to Marika. They're killing it. And Juliet. Chosen, what's up? Eth looking good again. Peter Joseph. Joe Groves, what's up, brother? Jerry Macy. Ninja Boy, what's up, man? We put in work. We put in work. Royal G. Pat R, you're the man. You're the man, Pat. Who else is here? I already said Rico. Brent Walter, what's up? Julie. Julie, Brain Lady Anderson, another wonderful lady patron killing it out there. Jay Turblanche. How is Eth on fire?
But Bobby BUSSCHEAUR YouTube famous BTC King.
Josh, I love you, brother. Famous YouTube. You've been saying that since I had like 3,000 subscribers. I love you, bro. How is Eth on fire? Well, I will be honest with everyone here. That thumbnail was from yesterday, and I didn't want to make another one. But it's still on fire. It's still on fire. Just calm down. Dropping the truth facts on everybody. Yeah. Is it currently? Well, I mean, red's fire. It's going down. I'm just playing. Yeah, that was from yesterday. That's just full disclosure. I didn't want to make another one. I don't have enough help. Need more help. Looking to hire our first employees here in the next, hopefully in Q1, but Q2, part-time people to help out and take off some of these tasks I have to do to make all this stuff run. Jesse Swarbrick, what's up? Why do I think it's so volatile? Probably because now we're exactly 1 week till the monthly close, and the weekly and monthly are closing at the same time. Those do tend to be big moments in the charts. I don't know. Not sure. Maybe Bitcoin is relaxed enough that alts are able to move and the kind of seesawing momentum gaining begins. I'm not sure. Blockchain Gains, what's up, dude? How you doing, bro? Lots of trolls, for true. Dantoshi Muziyamoto, what's up, dude? Tails, brother Tails, how you doing? Torben Bronze, exactly as predicted in my back-to-back videos. One saying it's going up, one saying it's going down, exactly as predicted. Algorithm, what's up, bro? Martin, Sojak, D-Liv. Royal G, what's up, Waka Waka? Firestar, Sausage Mash. The real Mr. Gooverman. The stream was solid. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that because it was saying that it was disconnecting the whole time. JV's Hangout. What's up, bro? Adam Nanji. We got a lot of people here. A lot of new faces, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. I see about 150 have hit it since I asked. Well done. But smash it. Smash it if you haven't. We need at least 500. At least 500. And subscribe. And subscribe. Man, I'm so bad at shilling myself. I never remember. My computer is being a little slow. See if that helps.
More lady patrons, you listen and succeed more than us know it all, guys, lol.
Woo.
Jerry Massey and false flags are harboring a homeless fugitive in wrecked city. H is wanted for stealing scratch-offs from 7-Eleven with Aaron.
Ultra Chaos Steve, dude, that's actually probably the reality of it. I will say that ego in this space is a terrible curse, and it will lose you money. Ego will lose you money. It's not even a question. And I will compliment the ladies in our patron here is don't seem to be too worried about people acknowledging them as the best. I think they're very willing to listen and learn, and I don't even think it's what they listen to that works. I think it's just that they're employing that mindset of calmness and slow moving, and it just leads them to good decisions. That's my speculation, to be honest. I'm not totally sure, but I think you have something there. Mr. Josh, Jerry and false flags are harboring a homeless fugitive. I mean, dude, he got the job at 7-Eleven to steal out the scratchers. I mean, I'm not sure what his bosses thought was going to happen. That he applied there, and on his resume, it said, "I'm here to steal scratch-offs." They hired him anyway. You know, it's 2021, hard times to find employees. So I guess I have to sympathize there. Working. Streamlabs is working. Not very often though. Okay, cool beans. Cool beans. What's going on? Mala, what's up, Mala? The beautiful Mala. How high is my thermostat? These computers, they keep this room rather warm. Got a bunch of them. Mickey, what's up, brother? Great stream. Good time to long eth. I'd probably wait. Personally, I would wait. Nathaniel, what's up? JSR Dan. PSU UG, what's up, man? GRT. Is GRT moving? Do we need to look at GRT? Henry M, greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. I love Germany. I went there once. Beautiful. Mr. X, how you doing? Chill, mega chill. Dude, your name is perfect for this channel. Have I ever looked at CME Commitment of Trader Report? No, I have not. So I don't have any tips on interpreting it, but that does sound interesting. I do read Kraken's quarterly. Kraken has a solid quarterly report that has not as much to do with Kraken, the exchange itself, as does the crypto space. Highly recommend. For people looking for quality crypto content that isn't propaganda, shilling, emotional crap, Kraken's reports are really solid. They're very, very organized, laid out, and mathematical, and that appeals to me. Totally went there. Where did it go? I don't eat much. Senpai. Hey, be nice. BitBoy, we love BitBoy here. He had me on for an interview and it really helped our channel gain momentum, so shout out to BitBoy. Man, so many coins. People are yelling so. Yeah, what's up, Jeremy Ragsdale? Mr. Ragsdale, the talented musician. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my friend. I haven't caught one of your live streams. Jeremy Ragsdale. Feel free to show yourself. I forget when you go live, but feel free to say when you're live typically. Dude's super talented, takes requests on music here. I think it's on Friday nights. On his own stream. Yeah. Shout out to Jeremy Ragsdale and his musics. Cody Wise, chill god. Thanks, bro. Alex Supreme. Is SNX a player or not? You know what, PSU, I'll look at SNX. I'm curious. I'm curious myself. We were slaughtering the SNX plays earlier. Oh! Oh, this is actually why I looked at it. 1, 2, 3 times a lady. 3 times a lady live on stream. We had the exact same trade setup on SNX 3 times in a row. Didn't get stopped. Closed each time. 1, 2, 3. Fire. Fire. I love it. JR Oxop. Thanks for subscribing, brother. Welcome to the fam. Good to have you. SNX here. Dude, that's mind-blowing. 1, 2, 3. Same trade. Literally the same trade. Didn't change anything. Closed. We just put it down there again. Closed. Just put it down there again. Closed. Should I put it down there again? Maybe. To me, this shows that is a solid solid support, or at least a very important level. $10.34. Now, I guess the question was, is it bullish? Well, it's the dollar pair, so odds are probably. Oh, wow. Look at this. And our measured move called this local top. Fire. This chart's getting slaughtered, dude. How many trades is that now? Just over and over again. $25 is our next upside target. But is it heading there? 4 hour does have bearish divergence. And had waning buying momentum, or just flipped to selling momentum. Daily with bearish divergence, but has waning selling momentum as well, or has waning selling momentum. This is gonna be a hard call. Probably the answer is gonna be no trade. Probably.
Can you look at HYVE? Thanks.
Intuitiva. Welcome, Intuitiva. I'm not sure if I've seen your name around these parts before, but welcome. Thank you for the support for the $5, and absolutely can look at Hive. Absolutely. Let's see if SNX is gonna wreck us on this one. Let's see. I just want to look at this quick for my own interest. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna get a little ballsier with this one. Daily 20 moving average lining up exactly, and this was unknown to me, exactly with our entry target on this new trade at the 0.5 retrace. I like that agreement. Wow, we just sniped the crap out of this coin, man. Wild. 1, 2, 3 in a row. Hit our measured move, pulled back, hit our next measured move. Like almost to the dollar. I love this chart. I don't have any SNX, I don't think. I don't think I do. But love this chart. Alright, I don't have a Hive chart, so it's time to... New chart, new start time. New chart, new start. Okay. The hive mind. Ooh, dude, the music is now saying hive out of the hive mind. Maybe it's a sign. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Okay. This is something. I'm getting crow flashbacks. Crow flashbacks. Well, here's some good news. Without even doing any kind of TA on this, just looking at the monthly, looking at the charts so far, only one pattern can possibly come to mind when you look at this. Descending wedge. It's only a possible pattern that could ever be viewed. And what you also don't have here is you don't have a lot of potential resistance spots built. This is a pretty smooth bleed sell-off, and those don't tend to leave behind significant resistances to worry about on the way back up. So that is a good place to start here. Let's zoom it in. Interesting. Probably you're gonna have a little more weekly resistance to tackle with, but not having any on the monthly is a great place to start. Those are typically where we look. There we go. That's kind of it. And those targets are 5x up, so to not run into real resistance for a nice 5x is nothing to complain about. So where are we? Dude, this is a wild chart. Good eye, Intuitiva. Thank you for suggesting this chart, man. Or woman, I'm not sure. This is spicy. This is a spicy chart. Here we go. So we have bullish divergence on the daily here. We have the lowest point in RSI. The lowest point in price on the 7th, 8th. And it is not the lowest point in RSI. So we see the price lows have come down. And RSI has moved up. That is bullish divergence.
It's not that HYVE, it's HYVE with
Aw.
a Y he.
Oh, you know what, Intuitiva? Then I'm taking this coin to myself, and I'm not sharing it. That's why I like this coin. I'm gonna look at this anyway. We'll pull up the HYVE. We'll pull that up. But I'm probably gonna do HIVE also, because that is a spicy, spicy chart. HYVE. Okay, not a lot of chart history here, my bud. This is gonna make it difficult to TA. Very difficult. Wow, this started trading just at the beginning of the year. Not even the beginning of the year. 2 weeks ago, maybe. Unfortunately, not going to be able to give too much insight here. Kind of just the basics. Let's see. We do have some kind of descending trend line. Be hard. Okay, let's see. We can probably take a retracement here. Come on. These low volume pairs. This is why I'm. It's not that I don't like Uniswap, but I don't like their charts because of just how choppy they are. Makes it really hard to like find these anchor points. Okay, that'll do. Wait, this is wrapped F to HYVE, what? Well, this is the only chart available, so this is all I can look at. Let's see, you're at the first fib extension here at 18,650. I don't know what that means. 16,000 below, 12,000, and then 8,500 below that. So at least here's some potential bounce targets, and it is comforting. At least that price has found some support here. Might be a decent stop. You do have bullish divergence, but this is 15 minutes, so that is really not enough to... It's not actionable. Selling pressure is over the entire course of this has been getting weaker, and so has buying pressure. Wonderful. So it's going to look to break out one way or the other. Awesome TA, Tom. Awesome TA. Upside target. Because I really can't even begin to say what direction this might go. That's why I don't personally invest in coins without chart histories. Because there's really no way to, it's if you believe in them. If you believe in the project, go for it. That's really the only way to do that. If I were to look at upside targets here, I would look for 37,000, 34.5 thousand, and 55.7. And let's see. Obviously the all-time high, which is at 75. If you break that high, here we go. This is pretty much all this will be the extent of what I can do. If you break that that high of 75, you're looking at 318. There we go. So there's the chart. You know what I should do? This is like a little receipt. Never thought of this. I can just paste it in the chat. It's like a little receipt. Cool. There you are. I wish you the best of luck with HYVE. I'm interested in HIVE now. This chart caught my attention with all of this blood. You have my attention. Ooh. Spicy. That is so spicy. How much spice can one chart have? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dig it. Too early to call this. You do have bearish divergence here. You haven't broken this trend, but dang, dude, there could be some entries on this. I don't know anything about this. I think it's the forked coin of Steam, though. Steam was a coin that was pretty cool. It was one of the first coins that I ever knew about that had a functioning use case. Before Justin Tron like took it over or something. I don't remember. And then they forked it. Some kind of drama gibberish. Drama gibberish. Cool. It's hard. It's hard. We don't have like confirmation of it looking to run. I mean, the trend is flipping on it though. This is interesting. Our hash ribbon literally has never been in a bullish trend on this. And now, possibly. It's not quite there on the daily. Well, actually, this is the first time it's even teased it. We can see it's just beginning to flip. $12-hour just flipped as it flipped before. Okay, we do have examples of these fake outs. I would say, though, with the kind of flow of the rest of the market, I would be way more confident that this is not a fake out. Way more confident than I would have been here because the market was in chaos. In September, yeah, August, September was in chaos. I'm going to jump off this chart in a second. I'm just personally curious. Oh, yeah. I'm digging this. I think that there might be a nice trade here. Spicy. Nope. We'll see where that goes. Alright, back to the chat. It's all started with Intuitiva. Oh, yo, Mr. Bossman. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the €3. If it's not over $5, it doesn't alert me in the same way. But NASDAQ, yeah, we can look at that. I know last time we looked at it, it hit our, what, 30,600, 31,000, 30. It hit the very first profit we had, or take profit target we had. And we were looking for 30, yep, there it is, 13.6. Buddy. I'm not a stocks guy. We are the crypto TA channel. Like, it's not just we do TA on crypto. Like, this is, I live it. All of my investments in crypto. I'm not just talking about it. Stocks, I don't have any stocks. We're not the stock channel. But we do TA on anything. But we've had some great success doing TA on stocks. Especially this chart. All thanks to Mr. Bossman here. Just tipped every time to see this. Wild, dude. Just straight wild now. We are so close to that 13.6. This is ridiculous. This has come such a far way. Bearish divergence on the highs on the 4-hour though. The 12-hour. And the daily. You know, personally, this would be a crazy call, right? It'd be a crazy call to say like, oh, I would get all out of stocks. That's crazy. But if I was gonna get out of stocks, honestly, this might be the point. I don't know. This isn't my jam. I don't know the macro of it. I don't follow the earnings and the companies that are added and I don't know, whatever. Gibberty gibberty, I just follow the chart. if I wasn't going to at 13.6, I think the most I would wait for is 14.5. Really. Oh yeah, 14.5. Bearish divergence on everything here. Like every time frame. I know for a fact the more we zoom out, the more we're going to see it. Maybe would look, maybe if I took profit at 14.5, might look to re-enter at 13. Might. Could be as low as 12.4, previous high. Man, this chart's been wildfire, dude. We caught 3 swing lows on it in a row. How did we do that? I know nothing about these charts. We're a crypto channel, you know, that's what we do. But I love charts. 1, 2, 3 entries. And now we're hitting that profit target. Bossman, I appreciate you because you make me look good. I appreciate everyone who tips me that, well, in general. But especially if you tip me something where I find something good. Because you're providing content for the show. What a dope chart. I don't really have much new to say about this, unfortunately. We're just looking for that 13.6. If you break it, looking at 14.5, or yeah, 14.5. If you reject it, maybe you retest 12.4, and then you look to test it. Could be. Personally, though, if I'd entered at these points, you know, especially if I was on some kind of leverage, I'd probably look to close at 13.6. Or maybe I'd close part of my position and then look to close the rest of it at 14.5. There's many ways to skin the cat here. Oh yeah, that's true. Leonard, there we go. So, Mr. Bossman, nothing else to say, but thank you, my friend, for making me look good and for the donation supporting the channel, my man. I did promise someone I would look at this today, and I'm glad they reminded me. Ooh. Looks better than the last time I looked at it. Not too much going on here on the daily. Does look like RFCTR took the path to our support. Traded briefly below it before being bought. Still below this line. That's okay. No divergence really at all in the 4-hour. A little bit on MACD, not really. Move down to the hourly. No divergence. It's just not diverging. That's okay though. No divergence is not bad or good. It's neutral. This coin is not looking bad. Looks better than when we looked at it last time, to be honest. We have this nice, and this is on the hourly though, so we got to take that with a grain of salt. We do have this hourly moving average set up. All of our moving averages coiled up looking for a move. If you break, what is this? 890,000, whatever units this is. You break 890,000, you're looking for 128,000. If you don't, you're looking to retest your low. $270,000. These digits are messing with me. Yeah, there's nothing bearish or bullish yet that I can really see. Likely can use 640,000. Probably use that price point. 12-hour momentum still moving up. It's okay. That's good. Wish this had more chart history, my man. I wish this did. Makes it very hard, because I can see this playing out two different ways. I can see this playing out like this. Right? See it playing out like that, or I can see this playing out in this like kind of harmonic M pattern. I can see either or. And I don't have enough kind of data to start making a guess at that. Just throw this up for fun, see what happens. Would not enter here. Would not personally enter here. You haven't broken this descending trend yet. You don't really have any specifically bullish signals except you're above your moving averages. Holding those moving averages, solid sign. Solid sign. Trading below them, not so great, but you do have potentially the setup to retest. Your low here to create that harmonic M. That would be a solid setup. If we saw those ratios hold, that might be a good signal. But at this point, don't have it. Don't have it yet, but I did look at it. Thank you for reminding me. I'm a man of my word, my friend Leonard, and I just got carried away, got distracted. We'll take a look at it again at some point, and I'll even put alerts just for you guys so I can remember to bring this up. Cuckoo. Got an hour and 45 minutes-ish till close, and Bitcoin just is not doing anything, is it? That was a little spicy sell-off for, I don't know, a minute. About a minute. Then it chilled out. Here we go, that's what I was like. Look bad. Does not look bad, to be honest. Does look like this, the selling is finding some kind of, it just looks like it's exhausting, I guess. Right above support. Right above our trend line as well. Could be looking to find support, could be looking for a bounce there. If you lose this line, this trend line, then of course you start looking to the downside. You look, okay, maybe you want to bounce again here. If you break this, you're looking to retest your low. This is pretty like just support resistance trading right now. It's like you're just waiting for something to happen, and until you have some kind of low high interaction, you're just bleeding. You know, that you're still just in this pattern. So this is what I'm assuming until any of these highs, preferably all of them, are tested or broken. Can't say I love that our 34,450 previous support was tested as resistance here. I'm not a huge fan of that. However, it's nice to see that we were correct in our assumptions that 3,445 would be tested before we saw lower. Or if we were going to see lower, regardless, that we were going to test this 34,450. Just chilling. Boom, 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 boom. 800 watching. What is up, family? My fam. My loved ones. You're all here. What's up? Leroy.
Hey Tom, have we checked out that lovely ad charts today? Thanks.
Ew. It's really weird. It didn't. Streamlabs, what's wrong with you? The Eth chart, it doesn't have this as like an action. It doesn't say. It doesn't show up on my little mini feed of events. I've looked at the Eth charts. The answer is yes. But the answer is also, we can go look at them again. Why did this not show up? I've never had this happen before. There we go, Mirax. Thank you for 410. Thank you, brother. Maybe we can look at the Ethereum chart again for shizzle. We'll look at it for. What did I say about it? It was the first thing we talked about on the stream. So DVR is enabled, so you can just go back for the full in-depth. We broke down ETH by time frame from the monthly all the way in. You do have bullish divergence on your lows. MACD, selling momentum looks to be waning, does look to be rolling over to buying momentum. Ethereum was clearly stopped after this all-time high. It was clearly stopped by its Bitcoin pair finding resistance. We were looking for that. It's likely to find support at 0.4, which is where we found it. So where, I mean, that is where it is right now. Pattern-wise, you're in a pretty ugly pattern of ascending wedge, but we've seen lots of these paint and not that many play out lately. You closed a higher daily candle. Really just personally looking for 1105 to hold. I think that's likely. Could be tested again, but I think it's likely. And if you get that, if we break up, I think it's going to depend on Bitcoin. The king is going to allow it or not allow it. If you do. Or let's put it this way, when. Because I have no doubt in my mind. I have 100% confidence. Let's put it this way. I have 100% confidence that this is not the new all-time high of the, like, this is not the final high of Ethereum dollar pair in this bull run. I have full confidence that that is not the case. That does not mean that it's going straight up tomorrow. Does not mean that we can't come back and test lows. It means that if you wait, I have full confidence that 1477 will be not just retested but broken, and when that happens, I'm looking for 1994. Everyone's saying 2K, I'm saying 1994. I was like 4 years old. 1994. But yeah, thank you, Mirax. If you'd like to see the full rundown, dude, just you can do it after the stream or now. You can just rewind it. It's like right at the start, so within the first minute or so. Waiting for bullish divergence to show its ugly face here. Man. Hour and 35 minutes to go. The daily, not an ideal shape per se. Could be worse though. Could be worse. Does seem to have found support. I don't know why. I guess this is my other chart. I have too many charts, man. That's what I say every day. Does seem to have found support, at least for the time being. Just above 32,000. And resistance at 34,450. That was previous support. And again, resistance at 33,300 something. So the range is tightening. That's really the takeaway here. The range is tightening, lining up for a move, until we have the criteria that show us we're not still just slowly bleeding. That's what we're going to default to. We're just in a slow bleed. Not a huge deal. But until something changes, until we have a high of any kind, still just bleeding. I will say I'm much happier. I'm much happier that we saw this selling pressure, this wick. I'm much happier that we saw that off of 34,450 than if we had moved up farther to 35 or 36,000 to the 20 daily. I'm very happy we did not do that and then find resistance. That would be for me a much more bearish scenario. We can see the 50 daily has already moved up above the low of the 22nd of January. That wouldn't be mind-blowing to see that be tested. It's a 50 daily moving average. It's kind of the textbook bullish trend. I'm just slowly bleeding. That's the way it goes. Totally normal. Honestly, again, I don't even want to explain it again. Go back to the beginning of the episode. Skip over the F part if you want to know about Bitcoin. This is what bull markets are. We see this. This isn't even an intense retrace. This isn't even a long period of retracement yet. We've seen upwards of 6-8 weeks in previous bull runs. Yes, dang, we still have a huge viewership, guys. Awesome, thank you for being here. Thank you. Make sure you've liked the stream and also make sure you've subscribed. We are catching up to Bitcoin in subscribers versus dollars, and we need your help. You helped out hugely. Over the last month, we gained 5,000 subscribers. That means that we grew by 33% in a month. If we do that again in the next 30 days, we will gain 6,000 subscribers. If we do that again after that, we will gain 7.8 thousand. We're going to catch up to Bitcoin. We just need your help. So make sure you've subscribed. Smashing that like button really helps other viewers find our videos and our live. And also join the Discord to keep up with our daily live streams. YouTube does not, I swear, does not give out notifications for our live streams. And that's the only way to find them. Is to be in the Discord. Invincible. Bull, bull, bull. Invincible. Robin frames? No, guess not. That was an hour ago.
One inch looking like a dip buy opportunity.
Yo, brother. Mr. TC, good initials. Handsome initials, man. 1 inch. You know what? 1 inch was actually a chart we were supposed to look at here. I know I don't have one. Right as Bitcoin starts to do something. There we go. We just hit our trend line. What's going to happen? And 32,000 kind of local support. It was like 30,008. Something random. But 1 inch. Single inch. see. Thank you for the reminder, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Nice, and this has more chart history. Nice. Looks pretty good. 27,000 sats. 27,000 sats. Ugh. Well, this seems closer to a taking profit opportunity, at least at the current minute. We have 85,000 sats at the 0.5 retrace. That is likely to hit, as we always look for a 0.5 retrace. 618 at the psychological 10,000 mark. Likely to find resistance there as well. Probably more so than the 0.5 in my opinion. And of course you have 16.8 thousand sats, the previous high. See if anything else lines up. Perfect. 4 perfect at the, okay, yep. Wow. Beautiful. And beautiful. And beautiful. Wonderful. Oh. This chart lines up really nice. Okay. You're flirting with support here. You break 7,200. 81. Sats, you are looking for 61,024. That's easy. Or you retest the high. You look for 18.5 or 10,000. This, in my opinion, edge is likely there, though I haven't looked at the technicals yet. Interesting. Falling wedge on the RSI on the 1 hour. "15-minute bullish divergence," but that's 15-minute. It's not to be paid attention to. Yeah, I mean, you're starting to paint some bullish divergence on your bigger time frames here. Starting to. This is hard to call. This is hard to call. You're right at support, so obviously if we just revert to simple concepts at support, really the only thing you can do is wait or go long. You don't look to short support. You don't look to sell at support. So I would say in the very short term, this is closer to an entry than an exit. If you lose that level though, you're looking to fall back to 6,125. 16% down. That would actually look really good as a chart if that happened. That'd be a nice healthy retracement. Look at that. Honestly, I wouldn't look to go long yet. I would wait for 6,200. I think that would be a nice place to go. It'd be a nice place to look for an entry. Of course, it depends on what's going on when you get there, but this is, if I was going to look at all to enter this trade, I'd probably trade it some way like this. Some way like that. Yep. Yep, it all lines up. Can we even see the coin? It's a little hard to see. That watermark's pretty dark. Typically it's announced, but there is a watermark in the background. Can be difficult to see. But that's really the only way. I don't know how to mess with my UI to show it. Really in any other format. TBH. Ideally USD pair. I can do a quick run over. We'll see what it looks like. Looks very similar. Extremely similar in dollar pair.
Oh help, what do I do? Oh no, we have not seen this prices since yesterday.
Rico. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no. What do you do? I don't know, man. You just do. You do. Thank you, Rico, by the way. I'm zoned out here. Well, hopefully the dollar pair, let's hope it gives us some kind of technicals to go off of. All right. Let's get that same kind of setup going. Mm-hmm. 340. For some reason, showing up a bunch. That'll be my first target. If and when the all-time high is broken. When the sun begins to rise. There it is. Hourly losing some momentum. It's a 4 hour losing some momentum.
Caps makes my panic so much more. Wait, 2k Bitcoin is a fact. Ponzi the banks win. MUH. Wales brew.
Of course. Of course. So you do have daily support here. 229. Will that hold? It's hard to tell. It's back tested pretty cleanly. It's this shallow retrace, 236. You're losing momentum though. Losing that level, I would look for the 0.5, 0.618 retrace. Down at 196 to 182. If we bounce from here, if this holds, this daily support does have a chance. If it holds, you have a chance at testing the all-time high at $3.08. However, I'm thinking the edge is likely down here. Likely in the 182 to 196 zone. There's really no divergence or anything. Like there's very little to go on here except for support and resistance. Little hourly bullish divergence. So this is what it is. $2.29. This is probably the key value here. There you go. Ta-da. Alright, done with 1 inch. Oh, boys and girls. This is absolutely not confirmed yet, but did we not circle this exact spot and say our support is overlapping our ascending trend line? We did do that. We'll see though, because this candle currently is it's very similar to the previous one. That one didn't really go well. To this one. Oh, this one. Not quite as busy. All right, our trend line was completely touched. It was diddled. It was diddled. No divergence here. We're really just trading sideways. Really trading sideways. I'd like to see this 4-hour candle. I'd like to see this close above 32.7, 32.785, above the 200. But we see that actually once, twice, really 3 times technically. This is the 4th time under this. Really might not be the end of the world if we close below it. I don't like the 20 and the 200 there. I don't like that interaction. That's why I'd like to see this candle close above it. I don't like the kissing here. No kissing. I don't like that. Thankfully, the 200 is trending up. That is a saving grace. But we won't know for another hour and 17 minutes. There's 2 YouTubers in crypto, Tom Crown and Sammy Loyal. I don't know who Sammy Loyal is, but I appreciate being included. Dang, look at that accuracy too. It easily could sell off from here, but that's like pinpoint. Rico, dude, you're killing me.
Oh, candle is green now. Okay, 50k is a fact. Whales buying Michael Saylor, bro, banks lose.
Low volume, high volume, neither is bearish or bullish. To say the volume's low, that means we're bearish is not accurate. Not accurate. But the edges with the bulls here, we got to put in any kind of higher high. Or the edges with the bears, I'm just so used to saying bulls. Edges with the bears here until we put in a higher high of any kind. At this point, we can now even take potentially 34, 35, this high recently. That would be enough. We need some kind of higher high. We're just putting in lower highs outside of this initial bounce here, which we did today, but it's not enough. We need one of these big boys. Galobber28, thanks for subscribing, buddy. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the fam. Night Prism, thank you, sir. Or ma'am, either way. Appreciate it. Oh, Four Flies. Okay, I'm familiar with that name. I was going to say, I don't know who Sammy Loyal is. I'm familiar with Four Flies. I've seen his videos, like, in the search. So, cool. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that double spend was a bunch of BS. This is the bull market, guys. Expect BS. Expect FUD. It's crucial to the bull market. The FUD is the yin to the yang. Bitcoin will be just fine, guys. I promise. Promise. Crypto Slow Joe, what's up, my man? Senpai. I like that name. Danger Nut. Grega Zuraj. Diego Rodriguez. Crispy Rico. Oh no, Rico's the only reason I watch the stream. Fair enough.
I have one BTC, got it at 33k. What you think, sell or wait?
Man. Well, you're not really up or down. It's like 1% from where you bought it. It depends, dude. Are you here? You're looking to scalp? Are you looking for, you know, small, quick return? Or are you looking for Bitcoin? You know, like Bitcoin's bull run return. It's up to you. Like, whatever your goals are. Everyone has different goals. If you're looking for something short in and out, I mean, still locking in a loss, I wouldn't recommend. The dog. 1 second. Hold on. Unfortunately, it looks like that means it's dog poop o'clock.
Yo.
You. Dallin, I love the way that the voice says that. You. It's dog poop o'clock, guys. Thank you, Dallin. Thank you, Rico. Good luck, Hazam. I'm going to take this chart and I'm going to put it up in Discord. I'm going to actually do that right now. Or else I'll forget. I'm going to put the chart up from today in Discord. You can watch it there live all night. Follow along with the TA. We're going to be back tomorrow live. I hope you guys join us. Hope you join. We're live every day. Minus like 1 or 2 days, I don't know. We're live all the time. Awesome. Awesome. We had like 900 people here. Tons of fam. Guys, I love you. Great stream. There's really not a lot going on. Remember, we're just bleeding. We're just kind of going sideways, a little downward bias. We're looking for a higher high on any real time frame. I would like to see 3,800 or 38,000. If that's achieved, we can resume, potentially moving to the upside. Not a lot is happening. Just try to relax. Just try to take deep breaths. It's going to be all right. I promise you that. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you tomorrow. Jump in the Discord. Check out the Patreon. You guys are the best. Much love.